We can. Logan said he was on his way, but he'll just have to be late because I texted him like, I don't know, 5-10 minutes ago.
That's all right. Logan can join us whenever. Because this is the CouncilCast, episode 103, being
Last
recorded
episode of 2019.
on December 17th, 2019. The council is now in session, and as with every week, we'll make arbitrary decisions about topics on science, technology, and random shit with a little background and next to no expertise.
Dope.
All CouncilCast decisions are final and have no bearing on anything whatsoever. Welcome to this week. We are joined remotely by all of our guests today.
It's good to know.
In case you didn't know, we are not in the same area. Some may be joining us later, but we did find out that we finally have water on Mars. Real water.
Yes!
We?
Yes.
Finally.
Yeah, we. The CouncilCast just found this. Apparently NASA has said that they have now found real water ice just below the surface of Mars, which could be easily reached with a shovel.
Define easily.
I can only imagine it's not easy to dig in a spacesuit. So.
Well, if only Matt Damon had a shovel when he was there.
Ah, it's too
He
bad.
had a shovel.
He didn't dig deep enough. It was too hard, too easy.
He didn't know where to dig.
Maybe
You've watched that movie a lot with Matt Damon, right, Brian?
Yep.
What's your favorite part? Was it when Matt Damon found water?
So it looks like he might have had to have been more towards a pole to get it. But they're saying that they have apparently mapped the surface of Mars and done an analysis of water underneath the surface, which shows ice being as little as 2.5 centimeters below the surface. So apparently,
Okay, so you could dig there pretty easily in a spacesuit.
probably you might be able to kick it off. I don't know.
How hard is the ground there?
I don't know. It's
And also, how
frozen,
did they figure this
so
out? Did they have to use lasers? Did
I
they
can
send
only
someone there
imagine.
and not tell us about it?
I don't know, but I'm not sure how they did this.
Science.
I'm watching my pizza being delivered online.
Does it have a
All
map?
right, let's vote on this
Yeah.
topic and move on. Matt is not interested. It's the first time Matt has been not interested in space, more interested in a pizza.
I think we just
I'm watching
know.
my pizza get delivered online.
You know
we
what
just,
he really
uh,
wants is the water to come with his pizza.
Did you get enough pizza
Space
for all of
water.
us?
No, just me.
Rude.
That's too bad. All right,
It's
well,
pretty cool.
I guess it's a good thing. I mean, it's certainly going to help us do more exploration and possibly actually live on Mars. But
Yeah, I mean, not us.
no,
Every
us,
time that I hear anyone
the
talking about,
CouncilCast is going to be the first ones there, live from the surface of Mars.
we might actually get some viewers.
Thirsty, digging holes, looking for water.
How many days can we go before we die of thirst?
There we go.
3.
I give it a thumbs up for them continuing to do
I do
this.
too.
Why not?
Why not?
It's great.
They hypothetically found water on Mars. That's amazing.
Well, and you know what? If they did, were able to turn that ice into water on Mars, then maybe they could make some coffee for Ford to turn into car parts.
What?
So Ford is teaming up with McDonald's, which is the obvious choice. If I ever had to pair two companies up together, I would definitely choose Ford and
Obvious.
McDonald's.
They are so made for each other.
I mean,
How'd
I can't
that
even
happen?
tell you how many Fords are in like the drive-through, and they probably just like make Ford McDonald's babies. I don't know.
That's what it is.
It's totally it totally was a bar meetup that this happened at, or like some conference,
Dude,
leadership
yeah.
conference,
Yeah.
and they were both there drinking at the
Yep.
hotel bar, and they're like, hey, wouldn't that be awesome if like McDonald's and Ford had a thing together? Yeah, man, we should do it. Synergy, just like the presenter was talking about. I don't know where these guys are from, or actually if they were drinking or just doing something else altogether, but they came up with that at a bar.
Are you sure it wasn't like they swiped right on each other instead of swiping left?
I'm so
It's
glad
like-
I swiped right.
They swiped right.
Tinder for corporate hookups.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, I've got coffee chaff that we just can't get. And then Ford's like, "Wow, we need." Well, that's what it says right here. Well, you think you could turn that into like some part for the car?
Oh, I need coffee chaff. I swipe right.
What a coincidence!
So
I just don't
apparently,
hear companies talking about coffee chaff anymore. Am I right? I totally have to swipe right on this. Swipe right, do it.
just
do it.
swipe right on everybody. Do you think McDonald's is the one who swipes right on everybody, or Ford who swipes right on everybody?
Ooh,
McDonald's.
McDonald's for sure.
Yeah,
I agree.
totally.
Well, anyway, so they've apparently both swiped right on each other and have decided that McDonald's is making a shit ton of coffee chaff, which is the used coffee beans from their coffee, that they need something to do with it. And Ford said, well, we could turn it into car parts. Why not? So
I
apparently,
don't know what to do with this because it also says later there that soy and tree cellulose are. I mean, what are our cars made of?
mean,
I don't know if I
just
want to buy a
coffee.
Ford now.
So they said that they're going to use it to turn it into. I'm not even sure if they know what the hell they're doing yet. They're like, we're going to turn it into headlamp housings and other interior and exterior components. It could be anything.
With all this coffee chaff, we could make a million cars.
And it's going to make us greener. So
and our cars will run faster
It says it will make it
because
will
they're
be
all hopped up
turned
on
in-
caffeine.
Yeah, it's all hopped up on caffeine. It says it will be turned into a durable product.
well, they say that it's apparently significantly better than the current materials they're using. Well, then why the hell haven't they been using this already?
My gosh, this is crazy.
Apparently, McDonald's is expected to earmark a significant portion of their coffee chaff, as opposed to what? Throwing it in the garbage?
Yeah. Well, it's easier for Ford to get it straight from McDonald's than going to a landfill and sifting through all that to find the coffee chaff.
I suppose. It does say that McDonald's generates 62 million pounds of chaff in a year.
Wow. I didn't think they sold that much coffee.
I don't think they do.
They sell more. They sell. I've heard something that like they almost sell as much, if not more, coffee than Starbucks.
Well, the
That's
thing
crazy.
is, I mean, you go to McDonald's and their coffee's like, what, 50 cents?
Yeah.
No, that's
And
true.
so people get it, and they don't even probably drink it. They're just like, yeah, it's 50 cents. Throw it away.
Yeah.
Yeah, after it burns.
That's what I love to do with
after
coffee.
It burns 3 layers off your tongue.
Cheap coffee is my favorite. My favorite thing to throw away is cheap coffee.
Cheap coffee. I
Oh,
mean, versus the
seriously?
people who go to Starbucks and they're like, oh, $4 for a coffee. I gotta get, like, they're like licking the lid of the coffee. Or
Thumbs
something.
up for space.
Oh, he's in a good mood
Nailed
now
it.
that he's got some food.
Wait, we're talking about Starbucks?
No, we're talking about Ford and McDonald's.
I've found out how much I spent at Starbucks last year, and it's a bad number.
Well,
I want to know that.
I want to know what number it is.
I don't want to share it.
I want to know, did you create coffee chaff for Ford to use to make new parts?
Did you
I
say
say-
parts or parts?
I say thumbs up. This is
Create
pretty
what?
cool.
To make farts.
Coffee
Ford-
chaff makes farts for
Makes
Ford.
Ford farts.
I feel like I need to open the email.
Wait a minute. It says McDonald's generates 62 million pounds of chaff in a year in the continent alone, which is currently just used to make coal and garden mulch. Coffee chaff is used to make coal?
Guess. I didn't think that's where coal came from.
That's
I
what's
didn't
putting
think so
those
either.
Kentucky coal miners out of business.
That's probably what it is.
Said that like a native.
Artificial coal.
Bidness.
I think it's an interesting idea. I'm just not 100% sure that this is really helping them be greener in the long run.
It's helping them for a PR stunt.
That's probably true.
Hey, our cars run on gasoline and are really bad for the environment, right? Yeah, right. How do we make them greener? Well, we could change them all to electric. Well, that's never gonna happen.
And we can
no,
make
we have to do something that looks green but doesn't really affect our bottom line.
We'll make them out of coffee.
We'll make the cars out of garbage.
And then there will be garbage.
that.
And as a matter of fact,
backfire
they'll run. Actually, the funny part is they'll probably run out of coffee chaff, and they'll tell McDonald's, "We need you to make more coffee." And McDonald's will make more coffee, and they'll burn more energy, which means that they have to burn more coal.
Unless everyone just gets rid of all devices that use power, we're kind of doomed at this point.
I like that. Fords are being made out of garbage. Have you driven a Ford lately?
Thumbs up for garbage.
Thumbs up for coffee chaff.
Thumbs down for corporate Tinder.
Oh, yuck.
Corporate Tinder.
That was a good little segment that
terrible.
almost everyone missed.
All right.
That
Well,
was good though.
you know what? We're gonna move on to some Pickles that move very quickly, which is perfect timing for Logan to share his thoughts about why this was a appropriate CouncilCast topic.
He doesn't even have his
I
headphones
don't even
in.
think he can hear us.
He's just playing with his beard.
Does he even know he's on?
Yeah, I think he does now. He's trying not to laugh.
What the hell's
Pretend
happening?
like he can't hear us. He's combing his
Cold,
beard.
cold,
Hold on. He's pretty good at being stoic, but I think. Wait a second. Hold on.
Now he's talking and we can't hear
Hold
him.
on. We can break him.
Oh, he's frozen. We broke him.
Yep,
Poop.
he died. Well, that's too bad. Well, I guess we're gonna have to
I
skip
watched this.
topic.
So I actually watched the video and I didn't read the article, but I watched the video this morning.
I don't understand. Explain
So-
it to me.
Basically, what the issue is currently with 3D devices, right? We want to view things in 3D as a form of consuming entertainment or consuming like advertisers in front of stores, their kiosks, things, whatever. Wherever we're viewing stuff, people have thought, wouldn't it be more enticing if it was 3D, if it felt more realistic? Which usually requires
Is
either
this to
a
make
really
holograms?
it's a step up from hologram because it's actually involves a
It
physical
cannot possibly be a step up from a hologram.
from viewing abilities. I believe that it is because it involves an actual physical thing rather than just light. And so what they're doing is they're controlling this bead with sound waves.
Have you ever seen Star Trek Voyager? You don't just pass through the doctor.
That's right,
Wait
because
a
it's
minute.
probably made up of one of these beams.
So are
But-
they saying that they have like LEDs or whatever that move by
No.
sound
No, so this
or
bead.
beads? How does the
So
bead
this-
get its light?
That's a good question. That was the part that we'll have to ask Logan about if he pops back on, because I did not catch that. But I do know that I watched it because sound was able to move this bead around.
Yep.
And it could float and hold it in space. But they watched some other company, other research organization, I think at MIT maybe, somewhere in the US, came up with
What do those
Moving
nerds
physical.
know?
nothing. You ask Sheldon Cooper, they're just
So I'm watching this video
works.
and this bead is like moving in midair.
Yep.
But I don't understand the tactile part of it because as soon as she touched it, it stopped. It like fell
Oh,
down.
Yeah, they haven't made it in any way that you can go in and mess around with it at all. It's
Well,
not
that's
an actual,
garbage.
but it does have it. It looks 3D because it's actually moving in 3D space, and it's a physical
Yeah,
thing.
okay.
So
I
that's
want to
very,
know
very,
how it
very
gets it.
rudimentary
I
at
want
this
to know
point.
how it gets its light.
Yeah, that's a good question. How does it get it? Levitating pixels.
It
Doesn't say.
I'm also I still believe that this is not better than holograms though.
Not yet. But what they're working on currently is being able to manipulate a whole bunch of these beads. And then you can create a fuller moving thing. Right now, it's just a single bead. And either they need to be able to move the bead faster so that it can create a stronger, fuller looking image. But it's crazy when you watch this video, this bead is moving and so that it looks like a butterfly's wings are flapping is what they're going for in this video.
Yep.
And it's a very like a penciled outline of a butterfly's wings flapping, but it looks solid, like their wings doing this on opposite sides of each other at the same time. And it's one single individual pixel bead that's being thrown around really fast. So they said we either need to be able to manipulate more beads or we need to be able to move them faster. And so they're working on upping the ante there a little bit. It's interesting where this technology can go, but right now
Where can it go? I don't understand what the point is. How does this make things better yet?
Logan, how do the beads make things
Logan
better?
looks like Tormund's half brother that got more into the audio visual space than the
killing
space. Yeah.
Thanks.
I like the
Tormund
idea.
wishes.
I like the idea, and I understand.
Where is the big woman?
I don't think they can make the big woman float.
Make the bad man
I don't even
fly!
know what we're talking about. I have no idea what we're talking about because
So-
I cannot get on
The article you
computer.
recommended for today.
So this is your article about levitating 3D pixels, and so
Sweet.
so first off, for those of you who are audio only listeners, this is they're talking about a pixel, quote unquote, which is actually a 2mm bead of polystyrene, so styrofoam,
bead. Yeah.
that they're floating on like a speaker. So it floats
Sound waves.
above the speaker, more or less, essentially. And they're able to move it around really quickly based on sound waves.
Right.
So-
So you guys have seen those artistic installments where like they put water in front of a speaker and then they blast it with a speaker and it creates. It's the same concept, but what they're doing is have you seen a bass drop video?
Yeah.
Like hard bass drop in like a closed space video.
Sure.
So
Is that
do
where
a
they
lot
put the gel on top of the speaker and it bounces around and dances?
No, this is where they put a girl in the car with long hair and then they do a hard bass drop and her hair floats.
I was thinking
Okay,
about the
so-
one with the girl in a car with big breasts.
Yeah. No.
What?
Do the
So-
breasts float?
So Logan, the question is, what we
Jesus.
were asking was why are they doing?
Okay, first of all, why? And then second of all, how did they get their light? How does it light up?
The light was a interesting thing. It's
It's magic.
that part I didn't pick up on. That was actually a colleague of mine who was talking about the light aspect that showed that to me. I just was looking at the audio side of that. Just a second. Computer number
why-
3 for the evening.
So why do they do this?
Why not?
Because
I
they
mean-
needed to spend their grant money somehow.
I mean, it's like
How is this
it's like
better
Wonka
than
Vision.
holograms?
It's Wonka vision. Like, let's just be real here.
Wonka Vision
You know,
is
from Will-
shrinking things.
Yeah, but it's three-dimensional TV then, right? Like literal three-dimensional TV.
How is that better than holograms though? That's the real question here.
I don't know if they can make these little beads.
Fly at
Like
your
if you can add
face?
flavor to them. If you can add flavor to them in the
could eat
future, then
'em.
you can just grab the burger from the Hardee's commercial.
Gross. Do the beads travel from Hardee's to my TV? I don't understand.
Yeah, it's just a pile of beads in your screen that then they can add stuff to. Light, flavor, smells, you name it.
Watch
that
out,
sounds,
Miss.
So what else
that
can they
sounds
do with
simple
it?
as-
Muffin.
that
got the
sounds
donut
as
and
simple as
hamburger.
harvesting. That sounds as simple as harvesting ice cubes from Mars.
If I remember correctly,
Yes.
the way that light
You're right.
is added,
Yes, you're right.
the way that the light is added is by is so not only are they putting sound waves into this space, but they're putting various light waves at different frequencies that then reflect off of the beads as they hit.
So there's some
So
light play going on too. I think it'd just be
A
easier to
little
make
bit.
holograms. Thumbs down for not being a hologram.
Thumbs up. Your butt.
Is this about space?
No.
Yeah.
Thumbs down.
Well, it's about a space, just a much smaller one than I think you're.
Then outer space.
I've
It's
thought
about
about it
space.
that way before.
I would like
you
to
hear
see
me?
what they turn this into. If you find a real world application, send it to us. Send it to councilcast
I
at
won't.
gmail.com.
Anybody send it.
Be our
That's what I was waiting for.
person to write it.
CouncilCast@gmail.com.
Send it
All
to that
letters.
Twitter account we super pay attention to.
Oh yeah, I should go tweet something. Happy Merry Times from the end of the year, Council.
Well,
Wow.
you could tweet about releasing your music on a dead platform, which is what
Oh, you guys still doing that?
which is apparently is the artist's name Hyperdub?
No, the artist formerly known as Hyperdub.
Okay, gotcha. He apparently is going to be releasing new music exclusively on Sega Genesis cartridges.
I know this actually isn't that uncommon for people that are doing like retro games. Like when I worked at H&I, I knew a guy who released a Sega. Was it a Sega Genesis? Sega CD? I don't remember. They released this, like he and some other people released a full-on Sega game that could run on your Sega. And I'm pretty sure their soundtrack could be played on like a cartridge or in the thing. I don't know. This seems like it's a music artist specifically doing it rather than like, you know, the people that made the game releasing the soundtrack on it.
Did you listen
Yeah.
to the music?
I listened to the song and I don't
Was it
like
all
it.
8-bit?
Do you have a Sega?
No.
No. Just clicked on the little thing on the article. It sounds like the background music for an Aliens movie.
It doesn't sound like it's something that the sound chip will be able to reproduce.
Let me go listen to this.
Do they talk about that?
Not really. It's really unclear to me what they're doing. It sounds like the artist's name is Analog, and apparently he is teaming up with this music label Hyperdub, where they're going to release limited edition Mega Sega Genesis Genesis console that's bundled with a cartridge that features 11 exclusive tracks.
Huh. Presumably specifically made to play on the device.
So it sounds like it's
That's
only
pretty
going to play on that
extreme.
device, and it's going to cost $250, and only
Is
1,000
that all?
of them will be available. So if you really like his music, you can get in now.
I suppose. Are there people that are that into it?
I have no idea. I
I
I guess it comes with an little controller, that keychain thing that also plays the music. I don't know. I'm extremely.
I'm saying thumbs down. That seems pretty stupid.
No, I am all for exclusive capital market ideas. So, thumbs up to taking more money from people
Silas, are you listening to the music?
for
Shh, I'm
for
listening to the
personal
music.
profit.
Yeah, it reminds me of wait. I don't know what's going on, man. This is something. This is like something that I would play in the background for one of my scary movies because I'm like,
Yeah,
oh, that's a
exactly.
sweet royalty-free track. I
You
spent
know,
$250 on that.
Yeah, I agree. Thumbs down.
seems a little
Yeah, I agree.
expensive. You must really
Thumbs
like this
up.
guy's music.
I
I'm
mean,
gonna go.
think about all the times that you've been like, man, I really wish I could invite people over to listen to music on my Sega Genesis.
How many times were you like, "Hey, I wish I could show you this song that I downloaded"? Oh wait, it's on my Sega Genesis back home.
More times than I'd like to talk about.
Yeah, some real embarrassing evenings over here, I tell you what.
You know, I can't imagine you can put a lot of music on a Sega Genesis cartridge.
Apparently, you can put, what is it, 12 tracks?
Apparently, 11
Oh.
tracks.
12 tracks of that stuff, whatever it was.
More than 8 tracks. So
Definitely more than an 8-track. Thumbs up for more than an 8-track.
Oh my.
dope.
Dope.
Thumbs up.
All right. Well, you know, if you wanted to not lose your 8-track, you might not want to try and steal someone's domain name at gunpoint.
Oh man, last time I did that, it failed.
Didn't we have
miserably.
this on?
What?
Didn't we have this on before?
Well, he got sentenced.
I
I thought we had it on
Iowa.
when it happened.
An
I don't-
Iowa man, former Iowa State University student. Oh my gosh.
Wait, for real? This guy is from Iowa State?
no, I don't think we've ever had this on.
He tried to buy the doitforstate.com domain name from a resident of Cedar Rapids, but Adams refused. I swear we've had this on.
Yeah, but he got sentenced. See, that's the key part of this. 14 years in
He
prison.
got 14 years.
I guess
Dope.
I don't understand why he needed the domain name that badly that he thought he needed
Well,
to.
man, he
This
wanted to
is
compete
insane.
with Wide Right Natty Light, and the only way you're going to do that is to have doitforstate.com. Can I get, is doitforstate.com just a link to the dude's fate?
I hope so.
Doitforstate.com seems to go nowhere. The connection is not secure.
Images of videos of young adults engaged in crude behavior, drunkenness, and nudity.
Cool.
That seems like probably a gunpoint type of a transaction.
You had me at young adults.
Adams' social media venture was called State Snaps and had more than 1 million followers on Snapchat, Instagram, Twitter. The phrase "do it for state" was commonly used. Let me get this straight. This guy tried to build a company around a phrase
Yep.
that people
Cool.
used on Snapchat.
Why not?
This is the worst fucking timeline.
Investigative journalism at its best.
How did it have 1 million followers? Is this the one that we saw like pretty shitty snaps coming out of?
I'm pretty sure it is.
So he used to own the domain before the victim did, is what he said. According to the trial brief, the victim, it doesn't matter. The victim registered the domain on GoDaddy sometime after Adams lost control of it. Yeah, that's how it works, brah. Wow, I didn't know shots were actually fired. The dude suffered gunshot wounds?
Oh my gosh.
All this is nuts.
I like how
I don't.
he went upstairs, kicked the door open, grabbed the victim by the arm, and demanded to know where he kept his computer. This is
He's
so
sitting there
dumb.
with his pants down, jacking off, and the computer's on his desk.
In addition to his 14-year sentence, he was ordered to make nearly $9,000 in restitution, which seems low. Pay court costs of $26,000.
This is just ridiculous.
Um,
Apparently, he
wait,
gave
what
him a
was the-
note that contained a series of directions on how to change the internet domain name from his register to the other guy's register. Like, why?
Registrar.
Yes.
So I'm
Do
reading
it
the court
for
transcript, and
state.
it says on June 21st, 2017, Hopkins, a felon entered this person's residence, a house on Fairway Terrace in Cedar Rapids, carrying a cell phone, a taser, a loaded firearm, and he was wearing a hat, pantyhose on his head, and dark sunglasses.
This is insane.
I can't read the rest of it because I don't talk like that. But anyway,
doitforstate.com with FOR is not coming up with anything, but do it for state with the number 4 is a site that looks kind of janky.
I wonder if he's gonna like have a "Do It for Adams" slogan, trying to get out of jail.
Someone said in the comments, somebody said, I look forward to the Coen brothers' adaptation of this story.
Yeah.
And somebody else said, I think anyone who's ever dealt with domain squatters has had this idea pass through their head at least once.
put the firearm
Looking
against his
accurate.
head, and put the firearm against his head, and ordered him to change the domain name.
Everybody
Everybody
read
stop.
that tells me that you paraphrased.
Everybody
that?
stop for 5
Okay.
seconds and think about this as a
Done.
dual
Stopped.
personality scenario where he thinks he's talking to somebody else, but it's a total Fight Club thing going on.
Pistol whipped him. Pulled out the
This-
taser.
Only
Tased
funny
just
if he's
several
ridiculous.
times. He tased him several times after he pistol whipped him, after he pointed the gun at his head.
The
I don't
guy
know
was
how he's
like,
gonna
the
hit
guy
him.
was
He's
like,
on the
no way,
keyboard.
no way, I'm holding out.
This is like when Dave was trying to register a domain name, and he's like, "I can't believe somebody took this," and I'm like, "Yeah, I own it, Dave."
You owned a domain that Dave was trying to get?
That's fantastic.
What was it?
Um,
And I don't really care what it was. More importantly, why did you have it before he did? Did you nab it before he got it to
oh
fuck
yeah,
with him?
no, not purposely to get it before him. I had it for years before he had it.
So he came to the conclusion that he wanted it, and you just already had it.
Yes.
What? What are the chances?
Good, not great.
Can
Okay,
you
then it
say the
says-
domain without being embarrassed?
Yeah, no, it's for the council. It was the councilofsix.com.
Oh, okay. That makes way more sense.
So I see where he was going, but yeah, I had got it a long time ago.
You should totally. Here's what we do, because you own it. Just put a price on it. We'll sell it.
We'll sell it to the highest bidder.
Split
Wait,
it.
do you
1,
have
2,
anything
3,
on it?
4. Split it like 6 ways.
No, I don't think I've got anything on it right now.
Well, why don't you just connect CouncilCast to it?
Because I
Okay.
also have councilcast.org.
Right, have both of them point to each other. Because apparently more people are searching for the Council of Six. At least people would stumble across our podcast then.
Yeah, we just gotta wait for some crazy religious group called the Council of Six to become super popular, and then we can cash in. And Logan is still combing his beard.
So this guy, fearing for his life, he wrestled the firearm away from this Hopkins dude. Then the firearm was discharged, shooting this guy in the leg. He got the gun away and shot this Hopkins guy multiple times in the chest.
This broski really should have paid for the Who Is protection service.
This is ridiculous.
So he got shot 4 times in the chest and he lived?
I guess so.
Where at in
And
the
he only got ordered $9,000 restitution.
I mean, this is a gunfight. This is torture. He tased him. He pistol whipped him. Oh
14
my
years for
God.
that?
Oh no! The dude was shot with his own gun.
What?
Somebody in the comments said, on a positive note, a criminal was shot several times with his own gun. Is that what happened? The guy shot. The guy got shot.
because because
Guy
it's Sherman
getting
Hopkins
tortured shot
Jr.
him.
The Sherman Hopkins guy. He went into the home.
Gotcha. I misunderstood.
He
What was
pistol
happening.
whips him, tases him, threatens him,
Oh my
and then
God,
they
you're
scuffle over the gun, and the person's being beat up, gets shot in the leg, and then he gets the gun away and shoots this Hopkins guy in the chest a couple times.
And he
And
only
he-
is going to get $9,000 in restitution.
Well, he just got
What the
shot in the
fuck?
leg.
Just
Come
a flesh
on.
wound.
Just a flesh.
Wait, no! I thought didn't you just say that the criminal got shot with his own gun?
The criminal
got
did
shot in
get
the
shot with
chest.
his own. No, not the criminal.
Yes.
Shot. The criminal got shot in the leg.
No,
Oh.
no, the criminal was beating up on the guy, and they scuffled for the gun, and the criminal, the guy that's getting beat up gets shot in the leg. He gets the gun away and shoots
Wait
the
a
criminal in the chest.
I think
They both
I think
got
they
shot?
I think this article
got
has
shot.
the names flipped around because the victim
No.
is Hopkins, and then he says the victim shot Hopkins.
No, Sherman Hopkins Jr. is the dude's fucking cousin.
Yeah,
What?
Adams enlisted his cousin Sherman Hopkins Jr. to break into the domain over his home. He didn't even fucking do it himself.
so I wonder
Oh
if this
my
Hopkins
God.
guy died.
Probably then.
Well, he got shot several times
Adams
in the chest.
drove Hopkins to the home and provided Hopkins with a demand note.
Yeah. Wow.
Oh my God. That's
Hopkins
even
also
worse.
tased the victim in the left arm, back, and neck.
I think thumbs up for
What the fuck?
reality check.
Yeah,
Thumbs
with a
up for a
thumbs up.
reality check.
Criminal getting shoot with their own gun.
I'm gonna go release all the domains that I.
I'm gonna go thumbs up and refresh all of my who is hidden names.
Yeah, so they can't see who actually owns it without a court.
It does
Wow.
feel like what's the Coen Brothers movie?
Burn after reading.
No, where the guy where he chops him
Social
up in the wood
Network.
chopper at the end.
Oh,
Where he
Fargo.
what?
Chops him
I
up in a
haven't-
woodcutter.
I haven't seen
The
Fargo.
Shining?
The
The
Fargo.
Shining?
Well, it's been ruined for you.
Yeah.
The Shining isn't a Coen Brothers film.
It feels like it feels like Fargo.
What's the one with John Travolta? Is that one we're talking about?
Footloose.
Yes.
Oh, the one with John Travolta.
Footloose. It's where they lose all their feet. in the
Battlefield
wood chopper.
Earth.
Battlefield.
No,
that
that's
really,
Live, Die,
that really
Repeat.
bad one with Forrest Whitaker and John Travolta.
No, that's Live, Die, Repeat. That's what you're thinking of.
I wonder if
Ah,
that probably
yeah.
Forrest Whitaker. He's the
No,
one that
that's-
keeps dying over and over again.
Live, Die, Repeat is. You're thinking of Tom Cruise.
I probably should not have Google searched bodies in wood
No,
chipper.
Tom Cruise is in the one with Tom
Probably.
Cruise. is-
I don't want
Tom
to
Cruise
see
is in the
that.
one with like the toys that talk.
Toy
Toy
Soldiers?
Story.
Toy soldiers. Yes.
Not at
Tinker
the
Tailor
museum.
Soldier Spy.
Mr. Potato Head. All right, well-
Mr. Potato Head.
You know, if you're done shooting people and you're instead shooting people virtually, and you get hungry while you're doing it playing video games,
One long roundabout segue.
Pringles has a headset that feeds you chips.
I'm surprised Doritos didn't
Just-
come up with this.
Just no.
Though they're virtual chips, guys.
No,
This is
I don't think
clearly just a thing that they 3D printed and attached to an already existing headset.
so. Oh, definitely. So it's like a little. I thought this thing like automatically fed him or something. Like
Can you?
It was a
buy
bad
it now?
idea 80
Watching the
years
video.
ago, and it's still a bad idea now. Charlie Chaplin did it with his little.
Oh, he's doing it. He's on Twitch. It's gonna take forever to get there.
With the corn.
Yeah, with corn on top.
20 minutes in before he starts trying to do this.
I was
know.
thinking that if I wanted to eat chips, I might grab it with my fingers.
Boring.
But you're playing a game, Brian, and
You
you
don't
are
wanna get
poning
your
the
food-
noob so
yeah.
hard that you can't afford
can't
to let
take your
your
hands off.
kill death ratio
and
go
I'm
down.
so desperate
No,
for a
dude.
Pringles.
Salty, slippery fingers is what makes you a great gamer. Because when you persevere through salty, slippery fingers and you still outkilled a little 10-year-old you're playing against, that's what makes you a real pro.
Say salty,
That's what-
slippery fingers again.
Say it
Slippery,
one
salty
more
fingers.
time. Oh my god!
This has got to be
I'm
like
telling
the
you, that's-
worst invention ever.
Yeah, but we're all sitting here talking about Pringles now.
No, we're not.
And I am so
We're talking
hungry.
about salty fingers.
Slippery
Slippery.
fingers.
Well, and it's the appropriate size can too, because in Pringles about half of them are crushed, so there's only about so many that would fit on the thing and come over to your mouth, so you lick it off, I guess.
Yeah, that's another good point. I like drink Pringles.
Attach
feel
it
like
with
I
your
get in the
tongue
way
like
when
a
you-
like a
Kind of.
little frog.
You know what maybe would be better is actually if you
Bad
just took all
idea.
of your Pringles in the can, smashed them up, and then you drank it like a can of Pringles.
That sounds
Wait,
disgusting.
how do you activate it?
I don't know. You probably have to take your.
I don't know. I don't
Watching.
know.
It's like not quite making it to this.
I know
guy's
that's why
face.
you have to have your
It drops one
tongue
in,
go out, grab it like a
moves it out.
frog.
Pringles headset hunger hammer.
The hunger
Just kind of-
hammer.
It try to gets it around. It's so ridiculous.
I like how it's just like it's a Twitch streamer and it's just his stupid little head in the corner, and you can't really
Yeah.
see what the hell's going on. I thumbs down for this. This is horrible.
Oh man, thumbs up, best invention ever. I was gonna have Elon Musk make one of these, but now this.
I'm not
already been
100%
done.
sure how Pringles is involved with this either. They must have paid him to do this.
Or they
yeah,
haven't
definitely.
found it and
They're
made
like-
him take it
they
down.
were
Not
like-
sued someone
They
yet.
saw somebody sold this thing to them, and they're like, the kid pitched the idea. They're like, "Hey, I made this Pringle." Like this guy who's like out at his farm, and he's like, been working on this for months, and he's like, "This is the best. I fucking love Pringles. Like this is the best Pringles that you can eat ever. I'm gonna just you gotta make Pringles. You gotta buy this thing for me."
I
because
I can't
use this
believe
little tractor."
Oh my god! I just watched it happen, and it like goes right into the dude's nose.
I can't
And-
believe that somebody likes Pringles this much.
And so
Pringles
then
aren't
they
even
pitched
that
it to
good.
Pringles, and Pringles like, they're like, give us a minute, and they all laughed and like, this is the stupidest thing ever. And then one of the marketing guys was like, hey, I got an idea.
Hold my beer.
What if
No,
we buy this and we get a bunch of gamers to play around with this and talk about Pringles? They're like, so wait, people, no one's actually going to buy this thing from us, but it'll get more people to talk about Pringles. He's like, yeah, so many people are gonna be sitting around talking about how stupid this thing is, but then they're gonna be thinking, you know what? I do like Pringles. I could go for some Pringles right now and just like eat them like a normal person.
If this Hopkins guys is still alive, he could go over there and pistol whip them and tase them until they take this video down.
You just became an accomplice. You have 14 years for that to happen. Watch out.
I didn't tell him to do it. I'm just saying he could do it if he wanted to.
Well, in 14 years.
I didn't drive him to the place.
Wow.
It's a bad idea. It's a stupid invention. Just in time for the holidays, as seen on TV.
If you want to buy one, we will sell you one. You can
I'll
email
make
this
You know
attachment.
what?
email your
money
Bitcoins.
too.
I will have to make one.
Yeah, why are we asking for cash monies? We always meant bitcoins. Email us your Bitcoin.
bitcoins.
Email us your bitcoins.
This would be a great invention if it was for a VR headset, but
Then you could feel like you're really eating Pringles.
Mm.
here we go. Now we're thinking.
Mm.
All
If you
right.
just tuned in.
Well, I think the Elon Musk pitches for the week is up next. Who wants to throw a pitch out there?
I wanna
Anything's
go
got to be
first.
better than the Pringles one.
I want Elon to come up with a headset that
damn.
has a mechanical arm that feeds me something other than Pringles.
Carrots.
Pizza.
No,
Burgers.
not pizza, not carrot, not burgers.
Beer.
Dill pickles.
Gross. Are they gonna be pickled chips, or you want a full dill pickle?
A 12-incher.
Anything with
Just
dill
a
on
big
it, I'll
old
take.
dill pickle.
Well, that's interesting. I was gonna say let's not do Elon Musk pitches this week and say all the things that we were grateful for of all of our 2019 episodes, but the dill pickle thing was totally worth it. So we'll scratch my idea.
Headset for auto feeding 12-inch long dill pickles to me.
That's a big fucking pickle. It's
That is
real
a big
big.
pickle.
I'm not even sure. The
What's better about the pickles? Is it the girth or the length?
The juice.
Once you go super wide, you never want to go back.
It's the
Matt told me that the
dill.
other day.
I can't. I always remember the episode with the storage container that people are using as a hotel, like a hostel, just on the street in Amsterdam.
Oh yeah, the shipping
I don't
container.
know why that one sticks to my brain, but I just keep remembering that one.
Yeah, that was a pretty good one.
It just drop the container down and you get inside and they lock it and pick it up and take you wherever. The whole thing sounds horrifying and gross. But
Well, I
That's
think
a
my
good episode.
Elon Musk pitch for the week is going to be I kill this levitating pixel thing and just make a hologram.
Out of levitating pixels, right?
No levitating pixels.
What
Just
if we
holograms.
use the same technology to levitate food into your mouth instead of it being delivered by a stupid arm?
Okay, so you want a headset that projects sound outward and makes your food float to your mouth?
Definitely not.
I'm just saying,
That's a bad
projectile
idea.
food into your mouth. Always a good plan.
All right, thumbs up to
Projectile
Brian's
anything
idea.
into your
Thumbs
mouth.
down to Logan's idea. Thumbs up to Blaine. Did you give an idea? Oh yeah. Thumbs
Holograms.
down to your idea because you're so angry about the levitating pixel, like unnaturally. angry.
Levitating pixel.
I mean, otherwise, yeah. Thumbs up to holograms, but
Okay, Logan's is
Principle.
projectile food feeding. Got it. Okay.
projectile.
Like a Benihana.
No,
or something?
actually, like a beard brush. That's just like one big thing that covers my whole beard face area that I can just comb it down all at the same time.
I want Elon Musk to make a
A beard brush. Okay.
a beard brush. You want something else to brush your beard with?
Yeah, that's what he wants.
I mean, I have this little dinky comb,
We noticed.
and a nice big beard brush that just covers my whole face. That just to comb my whole beard
Gross.
at once.
That sounds like a lot of work.
Sounds like a lot of
Maybe-
tines.
I
Sounds-
think
sounds
dill
relaxing.
pickle being shoved in your face is winning here. While you have a headset
What?
on.
Yeah, that's the best idea so far. I want him to create a device that you can carry around. It will fit in your pocket, right? But when you get it out, it tells you where north is.
Why hasn't anybody ever thought of that one before?
Yeah, seems useful.
Hmm.
I often need to know where north is.
I usually pull out my compass.
Do you have to buy a different
Except
one
it
to
tells
tell
me
you
where
where
south
south
is.
is?
You have a south-facing compass? No, my real idea for Elon Musk is to make a compass that tells you where water is.
And you can point it, and then it guides you to it.
Yeah, and it takes you right to it. That's what I want him to make. Final answer.
Water sensing
Compass.
compass.
And my
And it points to the
favorite-
heavens because Mars has water on it.
I was gonna say my favorite episode this year was when I was in Central America, but I'm just now realizing that was last year,
That was last year.
and so I'm gonna have to say instead. My favorite episode was the one where we decided it'd be a good idea to a woman in a bikini as our thumbnail because we thought it would get us way more views, and it did not. People literally just don't want to watch the show.
Are you kidding me? I accidentally clicked
girl
on
bikini
CouncilCast
had poop
twice
stain
when
on
I
her
saw that
butt.
bikini.
Are you telling me that we're not putting out quality content
Oh no, we're putting out quality content. We just haven't found our audience yet.
after 103 episodes?
We're working on it.
We're
we're
hitting our
working.
stride here.
You know, we're finally on Discord, so hopefully our audio quality is better. I think that's probably been our biggest barrier to entry in the past is,
Most
all
definitely.
the dropped sentences. People are like,
Oh, yeah.
I have no idea what anyone is saying.
Now that
So,
you bring that up, I think that's probably true.
I
know
think
it.
this next 100, we're going to see massive gains. Like
Massive
that movie.
gains.
Wow, one person would
Gain
get massive
gain.
It's
gain.
pronounced tendies.
Mm.
Mm.
Do you have a Elon Musk pitch for the week, Matt? Okay. All right. With that, we're going to call this council meeting adjourned. We want to thank everybody for listening tonight on this last CouncilCast of 2019.
Of 2019.
We do record
2019.
this podcast live on Tuesday nights, but don't expect us for 2 more weeks, I guess. I guess we'll be off 2 weeks in a row. But if you do want to fill your missing empty time with the previous episodes of CouncilCast, you can go to councilcast.org or check out the audio files on iTunes or your favorite podcatcher. And if you do have a topic you would like our decision on, you can email us at councilcast@gmail.com or let us know if you have any ideas on how to make levitating pixels better. You can also check us on Twitter at RealCouncilCast or Facebook by searching for CouncilCast. Thanks for listening. Goodbye.
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 Hey.